My friend refused to sleep in the same bed with me. Now everything's awkward. To preface, she, female 18, and I, female 19, are both college students, albeit at different schools and countries. However, we have been best friends for over 6 years and went to the same high school up until we graduated. Now I go to university in America, and she's in England. By the way, this comes from Principescu. We both come from affluent backgrounds, so it's easy for us to travel. Whenever we do, we usually sleep together. We both have traveled internationally with our families, and we always slept on the same bed. When we were younger, we used to have sleepovers all the time, at least once a week. I continued loving them, and have them with my other friends too, while she gradually started having them less and less, not just with me, but with everyone else too. And then eventually started hating them. However, she can sleep with her boyfriend happily or her little sister. This hurts me because it is my love language and something I need in order to feel loved. For spring break this semester, I decided to fly over to England. For weeks before this, we talked about the sleeping situation. She has a vacation home in London in which she lives and kept on saying that I will be staying in my own room while she sleeps in hers. I was never okay with this, and we were always bickering back and forth about it, with me wanting to sleep with her and her wanting to sleep alone. Her reasoning was always, we will be together all the time and I'll be overstimulated. But that isn't true. Spring break in America is earlier than it is in England, so while I'm here, she will be at school. I knew this and said I'll be on my own. I wanted to do some shopping anyways. It's not like I'm making her skip school to spend time with me. This whole time, her answer has never been a straight no. It was always ambiguous. We eventually came to a compromise when we were back in our home countries for Christmas break, where I was going to sleep with her until I got tired of her. The thing is, we both know we won't want to sleep together for 10 days straight. Usually after 2 days, I'm tired of her. But I think that I should have the option to decide when it is that I want to stop sleeping with her. And she shouldn't just say that I can't sleep with her, especially when I flew across a whole 7 hours to see her across a different continent. So fast forward to yesterday, I get to England and everything is great. We met up with some friends and she showed me around. When we got back to her place, she started carrying my suitcase up. I thought she was going to put it in her room, second floor, but she continues carrying it up to the third floor where my room is. I started being like, that's not what we agreed on. And then she's like, it's not that big of a deal. We'll spend every second of every day together up until the last minute, and then you just go up to your room to sleep. We argued for a good 10 minutes, and she finally said, fine, you can sleep with me, but just know I'm unhappy with it, and I don't want this. Which caused me to burst into tears. She gets so mad, saying, you always do this. You always cry when you don't get your way. And then angrily pulls my suitcase down to her room, then slams the door when I'm crying. This obviously caused me to cry harder, so I sit in the hallway just trying to call my other friend for some support. She comes out a few minutes later, asking if I'm ready to be an adult. And at this point, I'm so mad that I don't reply, so she slams the door again. After sitting there for probably 40 to 50 minutes crying, I decide to go up to my original room and see that she made the bed and everything, which meant that she was planning for me to stay there the whole time. Yeah. Really? Never would have guessed. P.S. The room is not bad or anything. It's not like she's making me stay in the attic. The house is a nice multi-million-dollar property, so everything is very fancy. I just don't want to stay alone. After a while, I went back down to her room to get my suitcase and tell her I'm sleeping upstairs, while visibly crying, and she starts laughing, making jokes and asking me to talk. I don't, and finally move my suitcase up to my room when I hear the door slam hard again. This time, I'm crying even harder and almost having a panic attack because 1, she didn't stop me, and 2, she was okay seeing me cry like that. At this point, I really contemplated calling my mom to get me the F out of England. The thing is, my family also has a vacation home in France, where my brother is currently staying for his spring break. But because I was planning on going to London, I didn't make a Schengen visa. We are both non-European and non-American. But I could make a Schengen visa really quick and go there. I just didn't know if that was too much, because if I did that, I'm sure our friendship would have been permanently damaged.
It's already permanently damaged.
And the only reason why I didn't call my mom was because I was scared she was going to hate my best friend. Also, last night, when I was half asleep, I heard her come into my room calling for me. Then, when she saw that the lights were off and I was sleeping, she left. So I guess she did try, or maybe I'm just making excuses for her. Anyways, it is the next morning. We've barely said 2 words to each other. I'm in my room and wondering, would I be overreacting if I just got an e-visa and went to France? I truly am in disbelief of what happened last night. I'm numb and it's extremely awkward between us. I feel like going to France would alleviate the uncomfortableness for now, but if we are going to stay friends, it would be hella awkward later. The thing is, I already once broke up with her, and we didn't talk for 6 months. It took months of her groveling and our mutual friends involved for me to even hear her out. So I'm just confused as why she's risking me breaking up with her again. So am I overreacting for all of this? And would I be overreacting even more if I go to France? Edit. The amount of people calling me attracted to the same gender or a predator, WTF, we are both straight and both had boyfriends before. I also think the majority of y'all don't understand our friendship dynamics. I don't think you understand your friendship dynamics.
Yeah.
We are closer than the stars and the moon.
No, you're not.
Our phone passwords are each other's birthdays. We share social media accounts. We're on call 24/7 and even sleep on call. Heck, we even have access to each other's credit cards on Apple Pay, just in case. It's just my logic is, if we were on a trip, we would share rooms, obviously to save money. And if we already sleep on call every day, how is it any different with me physically there? I also just want to say I'm a very emotional person. I've noticed. I can't help but cry even at the smallest things. It's not a tactic I use to manipulate people, at least not intentionally. I went to therapy when I was in 11th grade, and it basically had something to do with the fact that my parents were very absent in my life. I was raised by nannies. So crying was the only way I knew how to get attention. I truly am not doing it on purpose, and oftentimes am actually ashamed of how easily I cry. We have some comments. Commenter 1. You may want to consider therapy. I don't think this is regular best friend behavior. We have a reply. Totally not. Troubled rich girl. Commenter 2. OP, you legit have problems that you need to deal with professionally. You are needy and clingy. To a point where it is not normal and very concerning. It's so bad I thought this was a joke post because you are overreacting to a point where it is not okay, and I don't know if you are just so spoiled or are we about to witness a Lifetime movie situation. We have an update. She asked what I wanted for dinner, and I said rice, and I thought we were going to order in, but she began cooking. She cooked in silence, and we ate in silence, and then she did the dishes in silence. Neither of us said sorry. I tried making conversation multiple times, but she wasn't receptive. I even poked her armpit. This was just getting too awkward. So I submitted a visa app, and I should be getting it in 2 days. I called my brother, and he'll be there to pick me up at the airport in France. My mom doesn't know yet, and I'll have to come up with some stupid excuse as to why I'm leaving London. If she ever found out the truth, I think she would never let me talk to my best friend again.
Not your best friend!
As for my best friend, she doesn't know I'm leaving yet, and I'll be doing it when she's at school. So healthy. I'm also packing up a duffel bag for today and moving to a friend's dorm while I wait. My best friend thinks it's just a one-day sleepover. I'll let her know once I'm on the plane or something, but yeah. I'm not going to end our friendship over this because I always told myself if I do break up with her again, it'll be the last and final time, and she won't ever hear from me again.
Oh, no.
I just want to be sure that this is the end, and I don't think it's there yet. It'll take some time for me to forgive her, but I think I can do it. And that's the end of that.